Video number 5 from the Shanghai Motor Show. I'm not losing steam yet. And we'll get to those electrified concepts from Nissan. That's not the most exciting thing. I'm actually filming this part 2 a day later from the original intro and the rest of the video because the Pathfinder from Nissan just got the most sick refresh. Man, this 3-row segment is heating up. So let's get into the images. I also have a video for you guys. All right, here we are. Check this out. We have Pathfinder illuminated on the front bezel. This front bezel is kind of like the V-Motion grille, completely expanded out to each side. And it looks a lot like the Nissan Ariya. I like the vertical daytime running lights here. Hopefully it looks somewhat similar to that when it comes to production. And when could we expect this amazing looking Pathfinder to come? Well, the new model came out as 2022 model year. So 2022, 2023, 2024. And typically the 2025 model year. So this should be coming out sometime next year with this not redesign, but a refresh that is taking it to the next level, taking it to the Koreans, which, by the way, I'm finally driving the Hyundai Palisade, the refresh. I've never even tested any Kia Telluride or Hyundai Palisade. I'm getting one today, so I can't wait to throw the family in and tell you guys how good it is or what I do and do not like about it. But I really like the Pathfinder. I had the Rock Creek not that long ago. You can get them for really good deals. But okay, so the current Pathfinder has this portion up here that's a little questionable. It's like paint matched. This looks more upscale from the side. It looks very much like the QX60. And here's the thing. Would this exist in this sort of guise here in the United States? If we also have in the Infiniti QX60, it's hard to say. I want to keep my hopes up for it because it is so beautiful. And then even the light bar on the back is quite unique. We illuminated Pathfinder. I doubt that the top trim would even have illumination of the Pathfinder there, but at least it looks good. The back end looks to be more cleaned up than the current situation we have going on. But the floating roof line looks good here. And overall, it's just absolutely beautiful. Even the wheels. If the wheels come to market looking like this, be really, really neat. So we also have interior. Let's see if we can get, it'll bring us inside. The Pathfinder's interior is actually pretty good. We have two 12-inch screens, I believe, on the Pathfinder. Now, I don't expect the seats to look anything like that. But this interior, the dashboard absolutely could look this good with 2 screens, simplified setup here with a volume knob, and just great functionality with the climate control. This doesn't look really any different, maybe the placement of it, but this looks pretty similar to what we have with the current Pathfinder. We have the disappearing cup holders that we actually see this kind of design in the Arizon concept that we'll see later in this video. But the steering wheel is actually the same. It's just getting some new details, a little two-tone, a little gold action. I'm really, really enjoying. And then the perforation here looks great as well. Looks very luxurious. And I don't see any shiny, glossy black. Maybe around the bezels, but really, this is super impressive, and I would expect this to come to the market pretty close to what we see here. The hybrid enthusiast in me is crying out because they revealed the e-Power X-Trail there as well, and the X-Trail is the same thing as the Rogue. We don't get any hybrid Rogues here in the United States, so I'm glad at least someone in the world gets to enjoy them when we get the Shaft here. The 2 EV concepts are the max-out convertible sports car and the Arizon SUV. If you put an A on the end of this, spells Arizona. Now, the Arizon is designed to meet China's diverse mobility needs. Does it mean it's coming here? Highly unlikely. I think the max-out convertible sports car is more likely to come here than the Arizon. But we'll see. The Arizon kind of looks like a next-generation electrified Rogue on steroids. The Arizon will be built on the CMF EV platform. That is the joint platform that they have with French automaker Renault, but that alliance is getting shakier and shakier as time goes on. And it's the same platform that the Ariya is built on as well. Now, if we look at the max out, the future of EV performance, it's designed to be in one with the car. That's kind of what the Miata is all about. So maybe they're hoping to have an electric Miata out in some shape or fashion before the Miata can do that, or if I hope the Miata never does it. So maybe Nissan can carve out their little niche here with their convertible EV. They're saying it has ultra low center of gravity, and I don't expect this vehicle to come out anytime soon, if ever. And if it does, it'll probably have solid state batteries to make it lighter, which is great. Anyways, it'll have e-Force all-wheel drive system. And without further ado, let's just go into the images, because that's what is most exciting here, is breaking down the designs. We've had this max out before, but it's the first time it's on display in front of people as a concept in China. I mean, the 80s grid, Tron grid looks great here. And look at the aerodynamic swoop that goes underneath the Nissan logo over the windshield through there and also around the wheels. I think that looks amazing. What do you think of this long, oblong, rectangular little design up front? Typically, we would see a design sort of like that on the rear of vehicles, and we'll see if the rear looks to match that here in a little bit. The wheel, and it does, here it is, a nice duplication of that shape. So the front and the rear was designed by the same team. All right, the wheels are super concept. They look to be, I mean, look at this pattern in here. It's just ridiculous. We'll never see anything like that, nor will we see any of this neon stuff going on in any sort of electric production version of this car. The seats look very customizable, which is great. That's something that the Mazda MX-5 struggles with its tiny frame. We wouldn't have that sort of issue here. And you can also, I know you can like put your dog in here as well. They had that in the concept video. Looks beautiful, looks good. I don't think really any of those images were that new, but here's what is new. Is this the Arizon? And I could be butchering the name. It's a Arizona without the A. And I'll just let this play. I'll let you guys kind of take in. Like I said, it kind of reminds me of a future Rogue on steroids, battery electric. It's a little too much over design. Hopefully, if and when this comes to market, they tone back a few of the things. It doesn't look nearly as good as the old Infiniti EV concepts, in my opinion. Lots of top glass as well over each front passenger and one big piece over the rear passengers and a brace in the middle. Now we have Nissan illuminated on the back of the seats, strange little ascending light striations that go up here. We have light lines as well in the center console. We have an oblong drive-by-wire steering yoke, mega screen here. This is 25 inches wide here that we see typically bisected in today's market. Let's say like the Korean automakers have two 12-inch screens in a lot of their vehicles. They're doing mega screen here. And that continuation of that blue light goes along. Hopefully that's customizable. Cup holders would go here. They're kind of outlined. And then we have these touch capacitive buttons, which look great. I haven't tested the Nissan Ariya yet, so I'd really love to see hidden buttons are actually functional. I'd like to think they are because they look really good, at least from an aesthetic standpoint, as well as these switches down here. Can you imagine? Let's go back. Can you imagine accidentally hitting these buttons right here on the armrest? I can't ever see these buttons being that purposeful or that practical. But these up here definitely could be. Would you be interested in either of those vehicles if they came to America? What do you like? What do you don't like about them? Do you just wish we had the e-power hybrids? I think that's more realistic. I wish we had that here in America. But I got into there. Thank you guys for watching, and more coming from the Shanghai Motor Show. Peace.